probably could say like when losing family members and stuff like that, and going through a struggle and living while I live. That's like I wouldn't question God, but yeah, that's probably how I felt. Like why me? I always had a question for something like that, but I wouldn't actually question God because a lot of people say you're not supposed to question God. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. By the age of 10, when I was just 10 years old, my mother died. I didn't know anything about how life was gonna be for me, and I was the second of 4 kids, and my father, he was at the army by that time. He had no professions at all, and basically, we felt that the world was crumbling. It was everything was starting from scratch, and for me, for my brothers and my father as well.
Absolutely. Do I have to break it down like something that happened? Death. Sometimes, like even losing my grandmother. I mean, I kind of ask myself why me, but I know we all gotta go through it. For the most part, it's just, sometimes I'm like, why us? Why this world? Why this life? Why we have to deal with the hurt, you know what I mean? Like, and what does it mean for us to do all this together and be together, for us to be sad later, for it to come to an end eventually. This all will be gone, one day. So that's the both sides.
I went to some of my family and you know what I'm saying, and I just sat back and asked myself, why me, man? Because there was a whole lot of craziness going on with that, you know what I'm saying? So now I just think about it now, man. I just grew up, I'm wiser now, and I'm better now, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm living life. You gotta go through a lot, man. You gotta go through a lot of downs to get up, man. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed still to be here.
Yeah, I have stories like basically living in a project, just go through different things like losing my cousin, getting shot right there down the block from me. He's always been there for me, and he's not there no more. So it's like, it's hard to move on and stuff. And my husband shooting himself in the head, so it's like,
I had disability, and it's because of work. So I used to be a chef, and doctors wouldn't clear me to go back to work. And I would sit there and ask God, why me? What's going on? Why? And then I thought, I was blessed. I got the opportunity to be able to get disability. And now, 5-6 years later, all of a sudden, they gave me an exam and was like, you know what, sis, you're no longer disabled no more. Start from scratch. Why me?
Too many times, because I lost so many friends, so many family. It's countless, so it's redundant. Too many. I can't even give you a number.
Well, if you don't learn how to surpass, and survive, or let's say, how to handle that situation, you must repeat that again in the future. And in my life, I've been in like roller coaster, situations, because sometimes you're stable, sometimes you are the acme of your life, the top of the mountain, but all of a sudden you find yourself, just on the mud, or just starting again.
I could say probably like twice, because that's like a sign of depression, like you're going through certain stuff, and like feeling that way, that means like you just gotta have somebody to talk to, have a adult family member or a mentor that you can just talk to and like just give the stress away, like get stuff off your shoulders and off your mind.
Quite a few times. Probably gonna go through it many more times.
Some are more harsh than others, like my sister explained. That rebuttal is very true. It's like, why me is constant.
I went through that mad times in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't let nothing push me down, man. I keep on striving, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing better, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got people behind you, depend on you, you gotta strive for the best, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go through nothing crazy. You gotta do your best, man, and live your life, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got siblings, you gotta think about the negative no more, man. You gotta think about the positive, man. Anything happened in the past, you gotta forget about that, man. You know what I'm saying? I just lived my life, man, the best way I could, man.
So to prevent is a hard word to use. You have just to need how to overcome them when they come, because you cannot prevent what is said, but you can decide whether or not going to certain way, or just to or to go in other direction. So it's not that easy to foresee, what the destiny of the future has for you. So that's not something that you can read, and you can probably predict. So you just have to, when things come, so you have just to be to sit down quietly, and before making any decision that might probably worsen the situation, it's like either time for you to count to 5 to 10, see okay, and pray to God to look for a better solution. But to prevent, so I just can tell you, when things will happen, so you cannot avoid them to happen, but you can just face them differently from others. That's all I can say.
Sometimes you can't prevent it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta prepare for that stuff like that, that's part of life. When you go through stuff part of life, make sure you're a better man, better person, you know what I'm saying? You look at life different, you do things different, you know what I'm saying? Every person in life goes through the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Goes through a lot of craziness. But you gotta weather it out. You gotta just do good. You can't get down, you can't let it feed you down, you can't let it bring you down, no way or no other house. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just look forward, so you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through bad sometimes, son, but the good is always gonna over the bad, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that went through bad, I went through bad, you know what I'm saying? So my family went through bad times, now we're doing better. That's life, man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta enjoy life, man, while you can, man. You know what I'm saying?
For me, I either listen to music or play basketball and just get stuff off my shoulders, off my chest.
Honestly, I could tell them you may not be able to prevent things from happening in life. You're going to have to face things in life, we all do. But I can tell you that there's ways to deal with it. There's better ways to deal with it. I mean, having faith, being able to understand situations in order to accept it better. And that's basically it. It's how you deal with it. You want to face it.
Focus on yourself and try to just whatever you do, just try to just positive, just think positive and just try to just focus on what you have to do. Be straight. That's it.
I pray. And normally a lot of time when why me factor, it already happened.
So you can't prevent any.
What you can try to do is not go through that why me again. But a lot of times the big why factor is it's that letter that just stands out all on its own. It keeps coming around the corner and you're like, how did this happen again? But it's a whole different why me.
Right.
But it's you, because only you can go through that. So you think, and then you go around the world and you find out there's more people just like you, especially in the same community, in the same
Family.
Yeah, same age, same schooling. So it's a lot of factors, but we just don't know each other. Or have been introduced or kind of like, touched in each other's, inner circles, but we have a lot in common. And all of us suffer from a why me.